ain't heard that podcast.
Fellas, we're back and we got a special guest in the building. I'm turning it over to my man Vince.
I got to do the introduction here. You see what I got on, fellas? Austin Peay all day. The one and only Terry Boykin.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? Playmaker Academy. If you want to go to college, go see this man. He's proven. What's good, Terry?
What's up? What's up, my man? You doing all right?
Oh, man, I'm good. I'm good, man. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. How's the family?
Man, doing good, man. We got we emptied that. That's about empty, man. We got 4 in college now. I got the baby boy here, so yeah, man. It's been good. Can't complain. Yeah.
Okay, how's the future WNBA All-Star doing? How's she doing her first year?
She doing good, man. Getting her feet wet, you know. Learning a lot every day, playing against another level of competition every day, which is can't do nothing but help her get better. So they said she's doing well. So just trying to stay out of the way a little bit, let her make her own way. Yeah.
One is a whole different monster.
Hey, she's seeing firsthand, but it's good for her. She built for it. Yeah, she built for it.
She come from good stock. Good stock.
Yeah, mama. Yeah, I give a lot of credit to her moms, man. I do.
I'm pretty sure you could have went anywhere. Why Detroit Capital?
Okay. Yeah, quick story. So, I'm playing in a Christmas tournament on the east side. I can't remember the name of the school. And my high school, which is kind of a legendary coach in Michigan, Bernie Holowicki, RIP coach, was at the tournament actually to see another guy. And so what happened was we got down 20 at halftime. Crazy thing about it. And come back, I had a pretty good second half. So the coach that we was playing against was new Coach Holowicki, and my dad was playing in a Saturday league and said, "Hey man, I know you Terry Boykin's dad. Coach Holowicki from Catholic Central is interested." And so, you know, it was kind of different for me at first, but all of my people that I knew that were in the basketball world that was supporting me was like, "Hey man, you got to go play for this guy." You know what I'm saying? This guy's proven. He's a legendary coach, and he's going to make you a better basketball player and prepare you for the next level. And after talking to him, and we kind of hit it off pretty quick, a lot of tough love, which I was already used to. But I can say this. I was never obviously the fastest, the tallest kid, but had I not played for my high school coach, there's no way I would have played college basketball at the level I was able to play. He just prepared me on a whole nother level, man. So he was just a heaven sent to me, man, because preparing me not only just for basketball, but for life. And so I think it was just a perfect match. And everything, I do something every day that I learn from him. So all love and respect to Coach, man. Yeah.
Having said that, you know, playing at the Division I level, what made you choose Austin Peay?
I got off to a late start, and I didn't do well on my ACT the first time around. And so it kind of put me in the hole a little bit, especially a small guard coming out the city with a D1 dude on every corner. You know what I'm saying? So finally getting my test score and playing in a what was it, an all-star game at UAD. And I never forget, one of the Merchant brothers walked up to me and said, "Man, you still ain't, what you got going? We ain't in school." And Tony Collins had just moved from the girls program to the men's program at Austin Peay. And he came and watched me play down at 1300 Bobby in DePaul. And yeah, saw me play down there. I was like, let's get this done. So the rest was history from there. So yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So okay, so you get to Austin Peay, you start getting buckets. I can vouch for this because I kind of went through something similar. You snapped your ankle, right?
Yeah.
So tell our viewers from you being at the height of your career to actually being probably at the lowest point, because I can probably vouch for that when you get injured. being a basketball player? What was your mindset? What got you over that hump to stay focused and continue to try to get back on that court?
When I look back at it, man, and just the grace of God, man, just the hard work. We had obviously good trainers here and the whole nine that got me back. But it was kind of a wake-up call because I was going through my career at the point, this is my junior year, and not understanding how close that thing was about to be over. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise. I got a chance to kind of sit back and take a picture of what I had going on, man, and kind of focus in a little bit. Got a red shirt year and got a year to kind of get focused and get focused again academically and try to get some, you just kind of, you in there thinking it's going to go on forever. And so it kind of made me think and kind of focus a little bit. But I would tell you, I never understood why I got hurt. I never understood it. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. And then I got a son at play. And, man, this dude had 3 knee surgeries in high school, in his high school career. And then I knew instantly, this is why I went through that. You know what I mean? And to see him persevere through that and still have a successful, somewhat of a high school career, and now to go on to college and perform at a high level, at the next level, is I thank God for that experience, because I wouldn't have been able to help my kids and even my daughter going through some hip surgeries, help them through that process mentally to keep them playing at a high level.
And by you playing at a high level, did you feel like it was pressure for your kids to, not that you put it on them, but self-absorbed because, hey, my dad did it, so I have to do it? Do you think there was added pressure on them and for them to overachieve to be where they're at now?
Ain't no question. And they tell me that afterwards. I think Ty's even said that, even though he had, had some great games in high school when he was healthy, when he got to college, he was able to just explode because he felt like there was a weight on his shoulder. Not only that, but having Playmaker Basketball Academy here. So I think they feel a little pressure to perform. They probably wouldn't tell me that until after the fact. But I think even having that little bit of pressure on their shoulders has helped them when they got to the next level, because you get to that next level, man, it's a whole nother level of pressure on your shoulders, man, to get the job done. So, I think it was good for them.
So shout them out. Where they playing at? Come on, give it to us.
Oh, man, yeah. So not to forget my oldest son. Really set the bar in my house. He wasn't a basketball player, he was a musician. And they saw him start from 6th grade all the way up. He's been overseas 3 times playing the trombone, and now he's in DePaul in graduate school. So they watched him. Everybody said, oh, your dad. No, they watched their older brother, something from the ground level with no network, and kind of get his own thing going, man. So first black drum major ever at Austin Peay. So yeah, man, he set the bar high academically and in his craft. Tyree is playing, he's a redshirt junior at Union University. I got my middle boy, Cam, who was really the late bloomer. I think he's probably my most talented kid to just pick up a ball at the last minute and playing college basketball at Bryan College in East Tennessee. And then my daughter is at Mercer University down in Macon, Georgia. So baby boy on deck. So here we go. Here we go.
So I got something for you. So I heard your nickname was Jelly, right?
Yeah.
So you definitely got to explain that to me, because I got a nickname as well too. So
check it out. So I thought about this, Vince. This what happened. The year we both came in at Austin Peay, the year before, South Alabama won a game in the NCAA tournament, and they had these 2 dudes that was 2 guards, and it was peanut butter and jelly, and so it kind of stuck with me. So when I get to Austin Peay and me and Vince kind of connect, I'm from Detroit, we from Detroit, so we vibing, and we like, man. So I kind of, that's where it started, Vince. But that's what the whole thing was. I think Vince was saying he was that sticky, that on defense, and what I'm saying, I had the handle and the little Isaiah Thomas type game to my game, so I was shaking you up a little bit. So I think that's what we kind of said it was, but I think that's where I kind of got it from. I know originally, but yeah, that's where it started.
This guy got it on a string, man. I ain't seen nobody handle it like him. I
Yeah,
have.
man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so having these three at the next level playing, is that probably your best advertisement for Playmaker Academy? It can't hurt.
Yeah, it can't hurt. I mean, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, wow, that's wild. 3 kids playing college ball. I'm just grateful, man. I thank God every day for my wife and my beautiful kids, man, and just they worked hard. They went through a lot dealing with me, but it's prepared them for life and prepared them for anything they're gonna come across on the hoop court, and be able to pass some things on to their children later on. So yeah, no doubt.
So let me ask you this. I know Playmaker was it your after the basketball when you knew, hey, you had to put the shoes in the closet? Is that when you started? So tell us when you started, why you started it, and where it's at now.
So I spent the first I don't know how many years after I got out in corporate America, worked at a bank. I managed enterprise rent-a-car. I was a manager there and moved up the ranks pretty good there. And I helped my cousin here locally coach a local middle school team. And, it was just like I was telling them, hey, look, man, this is going to be my stress reliever from the corporate stuff. I'm going to get over here and help. And I just rolled my sleeves up one year and got really involved. And I had a group of kids that I said, these kids are going to go to high school and they're not prepared. You know what I mean? And so I started with that group of girls that I started with. And then I got to doing it a little bit. I was like, man, I kind of enjoy this. So we got them ready to go, going into high school. All of them end up playing college ball. And I really didn't know. I kind of had a good feeling, but I wasn't sure. But I started just seeing that I wanted to bridge the gap between that downtime that high school and middle school coaches could get with their players, where, it's rules where they can't be with them. And I was like, man, there's a need for them fundamentally. I think sometimes you take for granted that kids know things fundamentally, and sometimes they don't. And then coaches get them and they got a week and a half and then they got to start playing games. So I just kind of want to bridge the gap and kind of teach fundamentally those things to kind of prepare these kids for the next level. So that's kind of how we got started.
Kids do you train now?
Man, I don't know an exact number, but I can tell you it's just been a blessing. I just did and I promise you, man, best to tell you, it ain't about me, but I just did a alumni list the other day, and it's crazy. I won't put players on my list that I train. I don't think that's important if I trained you. I will only put people on that list that I feel like I've had a part in your development. You know what I mean? So if I trained you 5 times and you went D1, I'm not about to put you on my alumni list. I'll continue to train you, but I don't think it's fair for me to do that. But I just looked at it, Vince, the other day, and it's like 35 plus kids right now that from then to now that have scored 1,000 career points. And so I kind of looked at that. I was like, wow, it's kind of a big deal. So just want to continue to just get kids better, man, and let them understand what this next level is, and just give them some opportunities that I had, being able to go and play, meet my wife, my kids. I mean, there's just so many things that came out of being able to play at the next level.
With your academy and everything. I'm gonna ask you a question that we asked Coach, Benny White. Do you feel like
Benny White, my man,
now from the game once it gets to the NBA level?
On every level. Um, I mean, I don't even want to get, you know what I mean? It's right now I feel like the game is in such a bad place fundamentally, as a whole. I think there's a lot of players that are play the same way. You know, everybody are isolation players. I tried to tell a kid the other day, it's not okay to have all these dribble moves and then you can't pass with both hands or you can't finish with both hands. I try to tell everybody it's everybody can dribble, but everybody ain't got a real handle. You know, when you got a real, you can do less and be more effective. So I think fundamentally, ball handling, footwork, IQ. I don't think kids even watch basketball like they used to. They watch highlights, but they don't watch the game. And so they don't understand, like, when me and you grew up, whatever move Isaiah did on Channel 50 the night before was the move we was doing the next day at the gym. But we watched the game and watched the content and what it, like how the move was done and when it was done and how it was done. So I think a lot of kids do a lot of drills now, but I don't think they understand when, why, and where and how to apply them. And so that's another thing right now that I really have been harping on, is just being basic and fundamental. Do the little things. You know what I mean? So what did Benny say? Did Benny kind of feel like the same thing? Or?
Actually, answers were very similar. Very similar.
Okay. Yeah. We're in a bad spot, man. I hate to say it, but yeah, we are.
What you're saying that, you know, it's funny because when I won that year, you know, coaching down there,
yeah.
My thing was I told my guys, I said, look, we're gonna sit down on everybody's right hand because I guarantee you they can't go for more than 4 dribbles in their weak hand. Your guys were the only ones that could do that I didn't have.
Right.
I had to figure another way to beat them. But
right.
You know, we were going to take away the strong hand.
Yeah, I try to tell kids now that, you know, especially perimeter, you're either a decision maker or you're a shot maker. So if I can't make decisions in that pick and roll and make the right reads and make the right passes, then I better be able to spot up and make a lot of wide open jump shots at a high clip. Or it ain't no place for me to play. You know what I mean? There's no place for me to play. You know, unless I'm 6'7", 6'8", freakishly athletic. What's my man for Denver? I like his game. A Grant type guy, but even he's really skilled. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Their whole family can play, actually.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was him. Them and the Holiday Boys, they got it going. Yeah, they got it going. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, Terry, with the Playmaker, your basketball academy. I know I've been part of academies and I've been part of training and stuff like this. Do you treat it more as a business or do you treat it more as a family? Are you a mentor, a big brother, some of these kids' fathers? Talk a little bit more about your program, and is it just about getting better or is it everyday life? Just explain to our followers day-to-day approach on it.
I think that's I think that's been the success of the program, and I think it's been stuff that people have been on me about is that the business part of it. And what I mean by that is, for me, it's about the kids. It's a mentorship. It's been I've been a father to some kids that weren't mine. Just standing in the gap for a lot of kids. And so it's hard to kind of do, you know, it's kind of balance those things. But when people come back and always suggest that you do it differently, I go back and look at the motto and I look at the kids that are only just playing basketball now. I look at Adam Barnes, who's in the front office with the Pelicans. I look at guys that are, or Janie White within it, or people, Maurice Hampton, pharmaceutical sales rep, Shantia Johnson, a nurse at Vanderbilt. Like, I look at all of these positive people and young people that got families. Young people that said, hey, Coach T, we used to see your wife bring you lunch in between workouts, and we was like, we want that. You know what I mean? So, so for me, I just ask God for his guidance every day on how to do it. He's provided over and over again, and there's probably some things that we could do a little bit differently, better from a business standpoint, I think, just always. But it's been more about people and trying to find ways to show people not only an example, but a godly example. And we all struggle with that every day, but I just try to do the best I can to do that when we do it. So that's kind of my whole motto with Playmaker basketball. So it was funny. I was watching an old game when we was playing Tennessee, and they inbounded the ball, and it sent chills through my body. And they said, they stuck out, here's Boykin, the playmaker. And I was like, wow. It's like that was years ago. That was a little foreshadowing there. So, yeah, can't beat it. So
talk about that transition, man, because I personally know you, and the love is genuine. But talk about that transition from corporate world to moving to the Playmaker Academy, where I'm sure there had to be some rough moments, but having that queen that held you down,
Man, don't get me started about my wife, man. When that transition of leaving corporate America to doing the business, it was a rough period. And it was a time where I'm like, man, I got to go get the shirt and tie again. You know what I mean? And she looked at me and said, nah, 5 kids now. Nah, we about to go get it. I believe in you. I trust you. I see your passion for what you're doing. And, we're not going to quit yet. And here we go. So I just, I'm so thankful for my wife, man. And she is just truly the foundation of what we do here. Love her. She's a leader, but she don't want to be out front. She lead from the back. But man, we wouldn't have the success we have without the love and support that my wife gives us every day. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. And during this interview, I see all your it seemed like your camera keep switching this way.
My best.
Showing all them trophies. So go ahead. Are those your trophies or are those the kids' trophies?
Nah, man. This is I'm in my daughter's room, so this is all, man. This is all her hardware, man. She had a great high school career, man. So yeah. This all her little stuff in here. So when she gone, I don't tell her I miss her all the time, but I come in here and check her little room out.
As you should. Take some of that dust off some of them trophies.
Yeah. I keep it shined up for a little bit. Yeah, buddy, got to. Yeah.
You had the academy for, or how long has it been in operation?
Man, we've been now this is scary because I just thought about it the other day, and it's been full blown as the business 2012. And I didn't realize it until just the other day. And I had actually started training prior to that, but Playmaker basketball as we know it, 2012. Yeah. So,
how did you handle COVID and with the pandemic and everything?
Man, the best thing I did when I realized that I couldn't do any training is I just rested. I didn't realize that I needed how much rest I needed. And man, I shut down for about a week, man, just binge watched a show or two and, kept in touch with my kids. And then about 2 weeks later, we started, which I think is a great idea, which we're going to continue to do, when we started the virtual ball handling training, which gave the kids some structure. And I didn't know quite if it would, but man, I really seen some kids get better. And I think it's the ball handling, when you tell kids, take these drills home and they never do it. It's kind of the work that you do at home, but just with me kind of, and me watching you and kind of critiquing. And, I can see everybody doing it. So I can see you just like you in the gym. I can see if you're doing it the wrong way. I can see if your stance is wrong. So it's actually been a good tool and something that, like I say, we just had 5 or 6 kids on the night doing it. So yeah, it's been a good deal. Yeah.
And what's the website?
It is playmakerbasketball.net. Yeah,
We'll
Playmaker
put that in the
basketball
description for the YouTube.
coming out, ton of new programs, but just like I said, it all goes back to just what I tell people when you come to me, we're not going to prepare you to just be the best. We're going to prepare you not to get a scholarship. We're going to prepare you that when you get there, you're going to be able to play and stay and play at a high level when you get there. A lot of kids are good high school players, and their games don't. We got to prepare you so your game can translate to the next level. And so that's been my thing, and just talking to a lot of coaches and asking them what they want. So I'll set my workouts up for these older kids based on the need that coaches say, this is what we're looking for. We got enough guys that can go between their legs, behind the back, and hezzy, and we need some shooters. We need some people that can come off pin downs. We need some people that can, do some different things. So yeah, man, I'm excited, man. It's always something new that we can roll out, man. It's just gonna help kids get better. So yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how do you?
Yeah, we can tell you're excited, man.
Yeah, man, I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
Now, how do you determine which kid you need to work on what with for the next level, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so I can look at you and tell, just from an IQ standpoint. Some kids, I know that you're not a great decision maker with the ball. That's just not your strength. Well, we need to be able to shoot that ball at a good 40, 45% from the three if we're going to make it. You see what I'm saying? So I know that if I'm not the super athlete, that was my whole thing with my son, Ty, is that I knew coming up he wasn't going to be the greatest athlete. So I had to develop his shot because he wasn't going to be going around people. So I could work on every dribble move that I want to, but if I'm 6 foot and I'm not a freakish athlete, I'm not going around that 6'4", 6'5" dude. So I got to be able to stretch you and make shots, and sometimes I can't be on the ball. I got to play off the ball, maybe run you into some screens and come off. So just giving them some different ways to play, and even showing them some video. Hey, let's find a player that matches your athleticism and your size, and let's not a pro player, not maybe a college player. And let's look and see them. Are they doing? So I try to tell kids now, are you working on the stuff that you see your favorite college team do? The person that plays that position, are they doing the stuff that you work on in your workouts? Because if not, what I'm saying, we kind of, we're going around the wrong direction. So, yeah, man. So it's it's a lot, but and every kid is different. So, just want to balance them out and get them ready, man. So, yeah.
All right, Vince, you mind if I? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask. Growing up, who are some of the people you looked up to, modeled your game after? Your mentors. Who are some of those people?
So my whole my dad played. Lefty, could go. And then I had 2 cousins that lived in the same house with me that were like, I call them my brothers and sisters. And one of them went to Cooley, other one went to Mumford in Detroit, and they were, first team All-State players. And then my sister's best friend, Deb Walker, played at Mumford. Matter of fact, I think something they had on one of the Facebook pages said that they still got her ranked as the top girls player ever to come out, which has been a lot of great players. But she went to Cheney State and played, which is a small HBCU in Philly. But they went to the Final Four and lost in the championship game. Her coach was a lady named Vivian Stringer, so Vivian Stringer won at Cheney, lost in the final to Louisiana Tech, and she went to Iowa. Now she's at Rutgers. So I've been around people who just always pushed me, taught me the game, always held me accountable. So a 20-point game was like, yeah, that's cool, but what about the 5 turnovers? You know what I mean? So, okay, that game was cool, but that's over. Forget about it. Let's move to the next game. So they always kept me grounded and always, which prepared me, again, for the next level. So I would say people in my family, and then outside of that, Isaiah all day, Zeke, Isaiah Thomas all day. I'm a tell him Vince, I'm between my legs. I had all that. That was my guy. Yeah, Isaiah.
Now, something Big Skip touched on in one of our other interviews that I wanted to ask you about too is how much did Detroit add to your toughness, the Saint, just having that you're not going to outwork me mentality that seems to be the mantra of Detroit. How's that helped you in your Playmaker Academy?
Man, I think that's the thing. I try to tell people, just with the people and the coaches that I've had, don't worry about what the person you train do. Who trained them? Who coached them? But man, being in the city, I remember my high school coach told me, man, you got the best triple threat game that I've ever seen. And I didn't know what triple threat was. I just know that if I didn't get in triple threat where I was playing at, they was taking my ball. So the city, man, just the competition level. Oh my goodness, on the whole time. Like I was telling them, we played even in my league, the Catholic League, man, we had 2 lottery picks in our league, with Peplowski and Respert. And my guy Dave Washington with Iowa State, he went to Brother Rice. So the league was loaded. And then, you had Tony Tolbert. Yeah, that was my man at the Poors. But man, I would tell them that every Saturday morning, we played Friday night. Man, it was the Northwest Activity Center. All of us, Jay Rose, me, as a guy that played football at Benedictine, Derek Alexander. Man, there was so much talent, and that was the best run on Saturday morning. So just the level that it made you raise to, it just doesn't like it. I just try to tell my kids, I think y'all played some good basketball in high school, but I don't think you had to play and forced to play every night at the level we was forced to play at in high school in Detroit. Even at the gym or at the rec or wherever you was at, you had to bring it. And there was so many guys. It was so many guys that didn't play college ball or high school ball that'll come in the gym and run you off the court. So,
even at the playground. The playground used to be the spot.
Man, they used to tell me, man, hey, come on, young buck, let me get you better before you go back to school. Yeah.
I'm about to give you 3 players. You got to tell me in which order how you going to do it.
Okay.
So I see Zeke was your man, so I'm going to put Zeke in there, Chauncey, and Magic. You got to cut one, start one, bench one.
Look, man, Chauncey my guy too. I love man, I try to tell everybody, man, a healthy Chauncey, I'll take him over whoever, man, on that little streak. But I'm going Zeke all day. I love Chauncey, but I gotta go with Magic. I'm just loyal, man.
You cutting Chauncey then, right?
In that group, I gotta cut Chauncey. I hate that. I hate that. That's my guy. But Zeke won. Then we going Magic. Coming off. I got to bench Magic, man. Yeah.
What I enjoy seeing is the pain it causes.
It was painful.
That question.
It was painful.
Because Coach Benny White was hurting too. He was
because Magic is man. Yeah.
No. But this is because listen to me. He's Benny the man. So the 3 I gave him was Magic, George Gervin, and Dave Dean.
Oh man, don't do it like
all of his guys. All of his guys too.
All of his guys. Yeah. That's rough. Yeah, but I gotta go Zeke. Zeke, my man. I try to tell my kids that we always show them film of Isaiah, man. Just how incredibly tough he was, man, and just the small guard in a big time league where he was playing. Where it was a lot of good hoopers, man. And that's my guy. Yeah. So. Yeah.
So Terry, are you taking that era of basketball or this era? Obviously, with the different fundamentals and everything of that.
Man, it ain't
more exciting.
Man, I love the old game. Like I would like you wasn't missing a game. Like now, even now, man, I look at the score on my phone. I might turn it on fourth quarter. Like I'm not excited to watch the game like like I used to, man. You see dudes making all this money, man, to miss wide open jumpers. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man, like it's frustrating, man. I just enjoyed the old game better. It was more physical. The mid range was even more. Well, people didn't just jack a lot of threes. They took a little bit more pride in winning, even though they was making money. But it was a little bit more pride in the way they played. And yeah, I missed that. Like all-star games. It ain't nothing like an old all-star game with Magic, Isaiah, Dominique. Now, man, it's just too much for me, man. Yeah, it's too much. I can't watch it. I don't enjoy it. Yeah.
So as a trainer of basketball, does James Harden travel?
Man, you know what? I think he does a little. I think he gets away with a little bit. I think every player has something that they let. Like Isaiah used to carry. You know what I'm saying? He used to palm it. You know what I'm saying? So he probably do. But everybody got something they let him do. I used to, man, we'd be at the captain's meeting in college, and they'd be like, "Hey, man, watch him. He gonna carry the ball. He gonna palm it." So yeah, they broke me real quick in college of that because I was bad with the hesitation. I'm gonna get my hand right underneath the ball. But yeah, I think he do. I think he do travel a little bit.
I don't ever really remember seeing a 5-step jump shot like back in the day. Like I don't never remember seeing anybody.
My thing is, kids do moves now, and they don't know why they do them. Like they'll do step backs more for rhythm for their shot. They're doing it for what it was intentionally used, purpose for. And then they wonder why. When I was like, man, you got to do it the right way. So when you break it down and you show kids when, why, and where, man, they end up doing the move better because they understand why they're doing it. And so I think the kids watch a lot of highlights and watch that, and then they try to do it. And if you're not working on it, they got to understand the NBA guys. A lot of them guys are skilled though. Them guys skilled for real. So they do things and they make it look easy. And all of a sudden you're trying to do it and you're not that skilled kid. It's not as effective. So yeah, definitely.
Terry, my last question for you. Being a fellow Detroit person,
yeah,
the best person you ever played with, and the best person you ever played against.
Say nobody from Persia.
I know somebody gonna be from Persia for that play. Hey, we had some killers.
Hey man, so man, I got a couple, but I'm gonna say the best player that I played with, was my guy. He was older than me, but I played up a couple tournaments, and he kind of took me under his wing. But Anderson Hunt, Anderson, and hey man, we playing a team from Port Huron, Mount Clemens. They had some twins, big dudes, and
7'1" twins.
Huh?
The 7'1"
No, not from Brother Rice. No. These dudes, yeah, lefty. They both was lefty. And I check in the game. I'm playing up Hunt, my man Carlos Marino. So we play. I get on the court. I'm a little shook. Dude go at me the first play of the game. I foul him. He talking crazy. Hunt walk up to me, grab him. T, you the best player out here, Doc. Don't listen to him. That's what he do. Next play down, I get a rebound. No, they get a rebound, kick it to me. I hit it head early. I'm trying to get rid of it, really. Hunt go down, dribble, boom, get fouled. He turned right at me, point at me. Good pass, boy. I'm like, okay. And spot up. Hey, don't pass up another jumper. I hit a couple. And so that's the best player I played with, man. He made me look good. Against, man, you name it. he was my dude, so I probably really shouldn't say Tone. Tone was pretty good. Tolbert he was pretty good.
He was damn good.
He was really good. And then there's a point guard, the guy that gave me the toughest time. I'm at the YMCA on 7 Mile in Lasher, and I'm killing. This little dude walk in, looked like he's younger than me, but everybody on his team, reaching out. There's a little point guard. He played with Derek Coleman at Northern, named Lorenzo Neely. Neely was, killing me. And when I found out he was older than me, I felt a little bit better. But I was like, man, I need to work on my game because this dude is killing. His handle better than mine. He faster. He's shooting it better. He's locking me up. Like, who is this guy? And then, but yeah, Lo Neely was nice, man. Yeah, Lo Neely got a nice game. Yeah.
The last question I want to ask you, man, is I love LeBron. I love what he does off the court.
Yeah.
Could he have played in the era of MJ with the Pistons beating you up, the Pacers beating you up, as rough as it was then?
LeBron would have been a better player in that era. And the reason why I say that, I honestly think this, and people think I'm crazy. I don't think nobody in today's game the last 10 years forces him to play at the level that he's capable of. I think he has had to play down for 10 years. I don't think other than KD, other than Durant, but Durant's a scorer. You know what I mean? I think this guy, 6'8", 260. You see what I'm saying? Now, the question is as physical it was back in the day, could Durant play in that game? You see what I'm saying? There's no question that LeBron could play in that era. And this guy's the third leading scorer, and he ain't even a shot person. And I'm not, trust me, I'm not a LeBron guy like that. Like, I'm a Piston, Isaiah, I'm still rocking with that. So I'm not a bandwagon guy. But man, this guy is a monster, man. And I just don't see. I mean, I get it. He didn't win and all of that. But this is my thing. This kid started no dad, never had a great Hall of Fame coach. You know what I mean? Has been scrutinized from day one. Still does his things off the court and still able to perform at a high level. And I just, man, 35 years old and and second in the league and scoring and lead the league in assists at 6'8". I think LeBron is the only guy that could be first team All NBA at 4 positions. I don't think there's a lot of guys. I don't think Kobe could have been that, and I don't think Mike could have did that. I don't think. I'm gonna say the closest. I mean, maybe Magic because he's a big dude, but nobody, man. This dude, man, and he deserves it because he's sacrificed. Because his body is in the shape it's in because he sacrificed and did the right thing. You know what I mean? So that's my thing on Bron. Yeah.
So who the best? Who the GOAT?
Man, I can't take that from Mike. But I tell you this.
I just wanted to make sure you said Mike.
Yeah. I can't take that from him. Like I get on Mike and then I go back and look at some tape and I'll be like, awesome. I'm like, wait a minute, chill out, T. Mike the guy. Mike the real deal. Yeah.
Let me tell you. And you're a humble guy, so I know you ain't gonna say nothing. But I've known your kids to play 2 games, 2 different gyms. Somehow you magically get in every gym to watch them play. Besides your training, not only that, I done seen you in other gyms supporting kids that ain't your blood. You my dude. I love you.
My man, love you too, my guy.
Who was the best sweet mate you ever had?
Hey, we had a ball, Vince. We had a ball, man.
Hey, and a lot of people don't know to this day, I'm still his pusher of Better Made chips. Every time I go home, I'm bringing Better Made chips.
I need those.
Better, man. Yeah. Win the NBA final.
Man, I think the Lakers easy. I think the Lakers easy. I think the stars have lined up for I think this GOAT thing gets a little tougher when a guy can go to 3 different teams and win championships. And I try to tell people too, just kind of getting back to that whole thing with the GOAT situation. Cleveland don't make the playoffs. LeBron get there, they go to the finals. He in Miami, they in the finals, he leave, they don't make the playoffs. Come on, man. He just impacts the game and makes so many people around him better. But on the flip side, if I am making a Jordan leaves and they go to the conference finals with Pitt, or they lose in the semifinal to New York.
Lose to New York, don't you?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's my thing, too. Although I think Mike is still out there. I don't know if he impacts the team the way the way LeBron does, man. Just the entire game. Where Mike had other people to do that for him, but this guy, they won't realize it till it go. Yeah.
He three-peated twice. If he doesn't go to baseball, he wins 8 in a row.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he wins 8 in a row.
He wins 8 in a row.
I don't think he wins 8 in a row. I don't think he wins 8 in a row.
I mean, he did twice. If he doesn't go to baseball, he wins 8 in a row.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he wins 8 in a row.
He wins 8 in a row.
I don't think he wins 8 in a row. I don't think he wins 8 in a row.
And as far as there's nobody that challenges LeBron in that.
Nobody challenges LeBron. If you go back and watch LeBron, when I watched him torch the Pistons in the playoff game, he was a different type of guy than he play now. If you look at him against when he was killing Paul Pierce and them with Boston and beating them, he played differently. He got that in him. You know what I'm saying? When he was going out on Christmas and killing Kobe on Christmas Day, he was a different animal than what he played now. I think he just said, do I continue to play this way and play a shorter amount of time and make less money? Or do I do this and play longer? And so I think that's got a lot to do with it too. But man, 17 years, 10 finals. And I know winning is important, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see when it's all said and done.
All right, fellas, you got any other questions?
No, Terry, I just appreciate you taking time to bless us with your presence and to come on and kick some knowledge with us. I definitely appreciate it.
Hey, man, I enjoyed it, man. Great time, man. I enjoyed myself, man. Thanks for having me on. Yes, sir.
Really appreciate it, man. And like I said, shout it out, Playmaker Academy. Where can the website? And I know you also do the Kentucky-Tennessee All-Star game.
Yeah. Tennessee-Kentucky Middle School All-Star Game, which is we're in our 7th year of doing that. And I think the beautiful thing, the game is a good thing, but the week prior to the game, we get the kids a full media day where we just bring them in, we let them get in front of the mic and answer questions. We have some people come in and talk about NCAA and just not educating them, but the parents on those things and what it takes to play at the next level. We'll bring a speaker or two in to kind of give them some, sometimes you got to hear it from people that's doing it right now. So we've been able to do that. This is our 7th year doing it. I didn't think we was going to be able to do it, but it looked like we're going to be able to do it. So it's been a good thing. So yeah, man, Playmaker Basketball Academy, man, we got so many things coming right here, man. So I'm excited. I'm gonna need on a couple things too, Vince. So but yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man, and anytime, man. Been a pleasure. So yeah,
keep pouring into the youth, my guy.
Got to, my man. Got to. Appreciate y'all. Let's get it.
My producer, pull from the hip 4/5, I'm the shooter. Dog, I do ya. But the two don't discriminate, cause I shoot the guy next to
I ain't
ya.
heard that podcast.